I'm Barbara Harmony, and I live north of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, in a little house and with a cat named Alice and a rooster named Coco Da and a peacock named Pretty. But when I got here to Arkansas, I thought I just laughed for 6 months. I just was so happy that I had pulled it off to get to a place where I could live in the country, eat health food. And a lot of that is, living with all this beauty and living in nature. Eureka Springs was actually, I didn't talk about Eureka Springs, but it was founded on the waters that healed. And all kinds of native tribes came here for healing at the waters. And thousands of cures were reported in the Victorian era. The way that I got involved with water was that the city of Eureka Springs was going to build a sewage treatment plant in a wildlife area. And I was at a baby shower, and the women who lived downstream from the site where the plant was, which was proposed for the plant, of course didn't want the plant. And I had been a community organizer and was sort of looking for a cause. So we made an effort to try to see how to preserve the springs. And we came up with the idea of having compost toilets. We did a door-to-door survey of people's water use. About 300 out of the 1,000 water customers in Eureka Springs were willing to try compost toilets. And what was amazing with this whole compost toilet thing was that people from all over the world, women in particular, but all kinds of people from all over the world, when they thought about it, they really got the whole compost toilet idea. I think bioregionalism's been going on since the early 70s as such, and it's living on the basis of place. Some friends of ours up in Missouri at New Life Farm had come up with the idea of having a Congress where people would get together and talk about the values that they thought were important, and this was about 1980. In addition to our local Congress, the Ozark Area Community Congress, there have been these continental congresses where we've had the water committee and water meetings, and people in the water committees generally, whether they're from Vancouver or from Mexico, there's a similarity of opinion. After several congresses, which meant several years, I think it was about 8 years into this organizing on water-related issues, I just was so depressed. I mean, I just couldn't stand the thought of hearing about another landfill contaminating water or pesticides contaminating water, what goes on with the dams. There's just such an infinite number of atrocities that go on with the water. Sometimes I kind of have more of a sense than others of being sent on a kind of water mission. But I enjoy being a spokesperson for the water. I've written this autobiography. The book is called Harmony in a World of Difference, and then sort of subheading Harmony in a World of Difference through reflective action. And I just like that idea of the reflective action. I have sort of fixed ideas. Well, that there should be clean water, and that it's good to be compassionate. In the last 10 years, I've been involved in a project called One Clean Spring. And out of that One Clean Spring, we've been trying to preserve the history of the springs in Eureka Springs. So started the whole project, the National Water Center, which is an organization that we have that's, worked for the compost toilets and for a new paradigm, new consciousness as far as water is concerned. The understanding that if people, change their outlook and attitude, the water will also change.